5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the Homeboy Etiquette podcast. You rocking now with the 5280Q, passing off to the arc reactor.
Yo, this is Kemet the Raw, representing Homeboy Etiquette here on YouTube. Also representing KMT Games and KMT Productions here on YouTube. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this whammon and gentle whammon.
Anyway, so homeboys and homegirls out there in the world, I know the podcast is called Homeboy Etiquette because we only just got homeboys in here. Our homegirls is usually out of state, actually making dope music and doing other dope shit like that. And also, we kind of, anyway, point about his story is,
yes!
How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? What you? I want you to know right now. When you look at yourself in the mirror right now, are you living the best life that you possibly can? Are you living the best way that you possibly can in your life that you ever imagined to be? Like, if you have to think about how your life is now, did it turn out the way that you imagined it to be when you looked at the person that you would consider your role model? So who is your role model out here in this world right now? Who you looking at is like, I want what that person has. I want to do what that person does. I want to follow that person's blueprint. Press that button.
Which one? This one?
Yes. Things are in place. So that means tea is about to be served here. So the tea that we about to be serving up here is, who the hell do you want to be like and why do you want to be like it? So we're not about to let you travel that by telling you who we want to be like or some shit like that. I don't know if I want to be like anybody. I like being me, but I'm like, yo, man, being able to afford a goddamn Bugatti does sound adorable right now.
Right. And speaking of Bugatti, no, just play. But
ooh, I was about to say that shit sound. I was gonna make a Paul Walker joke, but Paul Walker was such a good man.
Don't make a Paul Walker joke.
Paul Walker was a good man. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry I just even had to mention that shit right now. Paul Walker's family, he was a great man, brought a lot of joy to people's lives through that Fast and the Furious and his Brian O'Connor characters. And there's also that one character where he played like that secret FBI agent, and then you come to find out like one of the kids had, like his kid had took a gun that he had for an investigative case. But that's not the point. If you look up to Paul Walker, and Paul Walker's your role model, I want you to be able to be driving safe out here. Don't drive recklessly. Go to the fucking desert like they did in the movie and race out there.
And that's the thing, is that Paul Walker was a professional driver. Somebody else was driving him when he got into that accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't Paul Walker driving. Like, that's the irony of that shit. You know what I mean? But I mean,
yes. What's that conversation like when he's in heaven? He's like, nigga, if I was driving, I'd be alive right now.
Exactly, and that's what everybody said when he died. It's just like, dude, if he was the one driving, there's no way that would have happened. There's 0% chance. Zero.
Okay.
And so,
is there have you ever been like in a car with somebody else that you didn't feel comfortable with driving? It's like,
all the fucking time, and I'm literally gripping the oh shit handle. I'm just like, why are you driving like this? You're fucking swerving. You're going over the lines. You're hitting the gutter, bro. Like,
wait. Am I one of those drivers?
No.
Fuck yeah, Paul Walker.
Not from what I remember. No, like, you're a relatively safe driver for once. Like, you drive fast. But you're pretty, like, you're solid. I don't remember you swerving. Like I've been in a car with females, bro, and I hate to make this fucking cliche, but holy shit, bro. Like, where it's literally like every 2 seconds they're doing something where I'm like, I'm gonna die. This is where I die. Because you're not looking at your mirrors. You're literally going in between lanes. There are cars honking at them because they're literally going across the line, dude. And like literally, we're talking about like an inch away from hitting the fucking curb, going 60 miles an hour type shit. And I'm literally gripping the fucking oh shit handle for my life, bro. And like, I'm just like, and then I have to be like a backseat driver. And then while they're doing that shit, they'll be doing shit like trying to do their makeup in the mirror at the same time, driving with their knee, and also looking at me while they're trying to have a conversation instead of looking at the road. And I'm staring at the street like, holy shit. I'm like, look at the fucking road! We are going to die! Like stop! Like, yo, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so the topic for today is role models. If we have them, between us two, maybe you guys have somebody that you aspire to be like. I'm not sure. When Q brought up the concept of this topic for today, I actually had a really hard time with it, because there are people who that I respect. You know what I mean? In terms of their accomplishments, in terms of their talents, in terms of their work ethic, but I can't think of a person that I've said I want to be like them. Like, I can't think personally of like anybody, because me as an individual, I pretty much have always been the school of thought that I'm going to be so unique and different that people try to emulate me. You know what I mean? Now, if you're talking about in terms of work ethic, like I look up to people like Kevin Hart, The Rock, you know what I mean? Elon Musk, people who are basically obsessed with their craft, right? Eminem, you know what I mean? In terms of music, like how obsessed they are, and like how they literally are able to fit so much in a day. They're able to fit so much in a day because they basically scheduled their lives to be able to fit so many things in a day. Arnold Schwarzenegger, shout out to Artie.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper now!
Okay, never mind. Okay, well, I don't know if Arnold ever crashed a car, so my bad for the sound effects.
I don't know, but yeah, like people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, where like I've heard him say in talks to people when they were interviewing him, he was just like, well, you have 24 hours in a day and you sleep 6. And I know that a lot of people say like, whoa, you should be sleeping 8 hours. And then my advice to them is just sleep a little faster, because if you sleep for 6 hours, then that gives you 18 hours in the day to accomplish, to go to work, to accomplish your goals, to learn a new skill, and then you do that consistently until you make yourself into something great. So, not luckily, shout out to Arnie, bro. Shout out to Arnie. You know what I'm saying? And like, because nobody can dispute Arnold Schwarzenegger's success in this country. You're talking about somebody who came from Austria, right? Came over to a different country, became Mr. Universe, one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. Then went into film, became one of the most recognized and famous box office action stars of all time. And then you know what he says next? He's like, you know what? I'm gonna marry a Kennedy. And then he does it. And then on top of that,
did he have a kid with a Kennedy?
Yeah, his wife is she's a Kennedy. At least she was before she took Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wait, the maid?
No, not the maid. The maid is the side chick, like his wife.
I thought he stayed married to the maid.
No!
No. I thought like the wife left him and then, he got married to the maid.
No, I'm saying his first wife.
Here, we might as well.
His first wife, and the funny part is like the kid looks exactly like him. Like there is no denying that Arnold fucked that chick, bro. Like that kid looks exactly like him.
Like, what was it, a boy or a girl?
It was a boy, and like he had the same like jawline, the same gap in his tooth. He's got the same facial. It's literally a clone of Arnold, except he's like half Hispanic. Like,
orderly, get to the
chopper. Like, bruh. But like, and then after that, after he marries a Kennedy, which is basically essentially like marrying royalty in a different country, he says, I'm gonna run for office in a state that I can't even pronounce. Knocks it out of the fucking park, becomes mayor of California. Off of a campaign of nothing but his movie quotes. I'm saying hasta la vista, the taxes. Like, bro.
That nigga did not say hasta la vista, the taxes.
He did. That was in his campaign.
California has the highest tax rate still, nigga.
Yeah, I'm saying that, but that was in his campaign, bro.
Nigga, lift up the IRS fucking introductory documents, motherfucker. Lift up that shit.
Politicians lie, bro, but that's what he said on his campaign. We're gonna say hasta la vista, the taxes. I'm looking for Sarah Connor and your vote at the next election. Like, bro, like.
If you said that shit, oh man, they fucking lucky was what the hell was that damn election, that thing that happened with Gavin Newsom just now? What the fuck was it called? A recall. Okay, so I remember I just read about it. I was reading something and that came about and it was just like, oh yeah, how Schwarzenegger run? It was a recall of the prior governor there, and they just didn't really like him. They recalled it. Schwarzenegger ran, and that's how he won. It's like, okay.
I mean, well, but then like this country's also been known to like to vote for people in a sensational way. You know what I mean? So
vote for Caitlyn.
Ronald Reagan was an actor. Ronald Reagan was an actor before he was president. So the idea of an actor becoming a governor, like which they called him the governator, becoming a governor wasn't far-fetched. In fact, like because Trump got elected, people have actually been talking about The Rock for president.
Fuck. I mean, no.
You know what I'm saying? And like, but to be completely honest, why not?
Wait.
You know what I mean?
Did you ever see the episode with Joe Rogan with Kanye on it?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like that fucking episode because Joe Rogan's like, what would you do in this situation, He says, I would go to the smartest people of that fucking field and I'm gonna talk to them and receive counsel and shit from them and then I'm gonna figure it out from there.
Yeah, dude.
Yes!
Because that's a smart answer.
Like-
Like he wasn't sitting there in a magnanimous way, basically saying that I'm gonna have the answers. He basically was just like, I'm gonna get the experts in whatever field, which is what you're supposed to do. But you know, yo, I mean, don't get me wrong. We have some psychopaths like George Bush, who literally like he was just kind of like. George Bush was war guy. Let's just put it that way. Like he was war guy, but he still had, you know, the cabinet. And I feel like a lot of his stuff got passed because he did defer to people with greater wisdom. You know what I mean? Obama was the same way. One of the main issues with Obama was that he was considered to be inexperienced as a politician.
Oh, okay. I remember I got past that point in his memoirs, like the audiobook of it all. I'm like, shit, and they thought he was inexperienced, and then they just like, I don't know what the fuck is up with, but I don't know, but I don't think many people consider Hillary Clinton as a goddamn role model. It's like, they looked at her, it was like she competed.
Bro,
like
she was an imbecile, and I'm not
gonna say that.
Well, not an imbecile, but like she's the worst speaker ever. Like there's no way that you could have suave, perfectly talking like he had like a rhythmic way to his speeches.
But it was all personal to him. I mean,
people just liked Obama. Like they just liked him.
As an orator,
excellent.
I would say he's an excellent orator and a role model for orators.
He was Nelson Mandela like.
I never heard Nelson Mandela speak.
Really? Nelson Mandela was one of the greatest orators in terms of political.
Go fuck yourself.
You got hiccups?
I got hiccups. I don't know why. I don't know what fucking hiccups are. They're just the most ridiculous thing on the fucking planet.
But okay, we're kind of getting off subject. But the reason why I brought up Arnold Schwarzenegger was because he's the type of dude that you can look up to. But am I going to become the next Mr. Universe? Am I going to be the next box office smashing actor?
Actually,
no.
It's possible.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but the thing is that like if he were my role model, I would be in the gym even more than I am. I would be there every fucking waking second of the day that I have time.
Wait, I know people that are role models, but just I'm like, man, I would like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, I would look up to them and then I would just, but I won't do the same thing they do. It's not like I'm about to follow like Jay-Z's blueprint. Like, I guess my role model would be Jay-Z's. Like, he goes like, what was it? He says, fuck them, I don't fucking need them. First time they fuss, I'm breathing. Talking about what's the reason. I'm like, yeah, I agree with that at a point in period in my time. And then as he grew up older, it's like, I grew up older, some shit like that, and just started learning different shit. It just, I think what a role model is a person that's just ahead of you in this race of life. It's not even really a fucking race. It's just, you're just in the field grazing along, and just to make this shit look exciting, we call it a race. And Billy Bob Thornton is chewing the grass. He's chewing the grass fast. Brad Pitt is coming up right next to him right now, and he's chewing the grass. He's getting close to the sea. Oh shit, there are weeds there. There's a pine cone. Billy Bob Thornton can't chew through the fucking pine cone right now. All of a sudden, Matt Damon comes in the goddamn picture, but Will Smith just hits it with a fucking autographed picture of Will Smith. Some shit. Some shit like that. But it's like, it's weird. It's like you just like the people that are on Front Street or that's in front of you, like whether music wise, media wise, where the fuck wise, it's like you just look up to them, it's like this is nice. Or like with rap, for me personally, I have to just take it there. It's like I listen to lyrics, I'm like, okay, that says some shit like that I could just take personally and apply personal growth in my life. Like the song that I apply now to going to work as a 30-year-old man, and actually finally when I understood money is, when I understood what money is and how you fucking use money, and it's just more of a tool and it's not a fucking identity, is I listen to Rick Ross hustling every day. I'm hustling every day. I'm hustling. And then if after I play that song like in my head as I'm going to work like there, and I play that T.I. song, it goes I'm a ball till I fall. It goes, anything I wanted in my life, all I gotta do is go get it. Stay about my business. Ball till I fall, nigga. Hustle till I get it. I got a high price lifestyle, super bad bitch. Anything I want in life, all I need to go and do is just go and get it. Like fuck
yeah, bro. Like because and you're totally right. And that's why I was actually gonna bring up like the question to you that like, but I think you pretty much answered it. But the question was, do you think that a role model is someone that you try to emulate your life after, or is it just somebody who just has traits that you like? You know what I mean? Because whenever I thought of role models, like I always thought it in terms of like, I'm gonna live my life the way they did, right? I mean, so like.
But that's how we have so much fucking shit right now. I mean, like so much crazy shit right now, like just shootouts in broad daylight in public and shit. Like shit, like nigga. Like listen to 50 Cent. Like when I need to go be aggressive in a certain situation, I have to play like 50 Cent. Like niggas screw their face up at me on some real shit, son. They don't want beef and all. And you cut to me in real life and it goes, yo, Larry, you should water your grass more so it doesn't make my lawn look like that. That's the song I fucking played in my head. Like I'm like, y'all niggas better stay down, get left with your brains out, your blood is screaming and some shit, you ain't gonna make it. Like, nigga, I'm just talking to this nigga about grass, and that's the song going through my head.
I mean, that's a huge juxtaposition, right? And like, but that's the reason why I kind of had a problem with, well, not problem, but like it was difficult for me to like really think about this topic, was because, I mean, like. I always thought that like the idea of a role model was just like someone that you emulate your life after. So like following in somebody's footsteps, right? And I never really had anybody who was just like, I'm gonna be like them, right? Like it's more just like, I'm more like, excuse me guys. I'm more like, there are certain traits in certain individuals where it's just like, okay, well I want that person's work ethic. I want that person's dream or a drive. I want this person's imagination. I want this person's, I don't know, creativity. Ooh. You know what I mean? Like I want this person's organization. I want this person's like, you know, uniqueness, or or I want this person's don't give a fuck. You know, like there's all types of traits where it's just like, okay, I'm choosing out the best. Things that I can identify from different people, and then trying to combine that into some kind of weird chimera into myself. But like, there's no one person where it's just like, you know what, that's my role model. You know what I mean? Like, not even my dad. Like, shout out to my dad. He's a great guy. He's a hardworking man, good heart. Spent his entire life like literally just trying to help people out. Like, he's a therapist and stuff. And like, you know, I have nothing against what he does. And then he even told me, he's just like, you have the aptitude to be in the same field, like on some like walk in his footsteps type shit. And I'm literally like, no, you know, like I'm like, just because I have the ability doesn't mean that I want to center my life around that skill. Like I have other skills that I'm more interested in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna help people out in my own way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But okay, so I like what you're saying about, it's pretty much you're gonna be Frankenstein in parts from different people that you grow yourself. But that's the thing that what you are, what I am, is like as an autodidact. Is we're self-learning individuals. It's just like, so first, like self-learning. Like if there's something we're interested in, and luckily thanks to, if anything, first off, if I had a role model, that nigga's name is Will fucking Smith.
Will Smith is a great guy to emulate, man. Like,
fuck, even as a rapper, yo, even like Will Smith was like the clean rap version of Jay-Z. I'll say that maybe, but anyway,
I don't know.
Will can spit, nigga. Will can spit.
He like don't get me wrong, like
Will can spit.
He can spit, but the thing is that like, let's put it this way, like it's like there's an issue with rap, man, like where it's like there's a certain grittiness a lot of the time that you need in order for it to feel something. Except for there was one song called "Tell Me Why." Do you remember that?
No.
Like that Will Smith did.
Like, I remember there was like the line where he was just responding back to people just calling him a clean whatever the fuck he was, the softest, and he spit that shit clean It was clean, no curse words, and then it was just still cold though. He's just too clean, but he was cold.
It was on the same album that he did when he actually like he had taken a break from movies and then came back to rap. It was the same one that had the song Switch. It's like Switch.
Fuck that. Yo, fuck y'all. Will Smith is cold. Fuck y'all. Will Smith is cold. We throwing hands.
Like it was on that album, and like where like he was in like, and he actually only said one cuss word in the song, and he bleeped it out. But like it was a song called "Tell Me Why," where like when I was listening to it, like, and he was just going in like into his past about his brother died, and like basically like tell me why like I have to go through all this bullshit and then like still be a good dude type of thing.
Yeah,
and like so I used to listen to that song a lot. I was just like, yo, like that, like it lets you know that he can legitimately spit. Like he can.
You know what you do? I mean, when you cut this part, like you gotta have like a Will Smith picture, just a point for Will Smith.
The Will Smith wind meter.
be like, no, just role model. Be like, cling, Will Smith.
I could probably do something like that. Yeah.
I think Will Smith is definitely a great fucking role model like that. Like his competitiveness when he says, "Look,
everything
man,
he touches turns to gold, man."
Or me.
He's one of those dudes.
It was like that quote. He's like, "Look, man, if I'm on the treadmill and another motherfucker hop on this treadmill,
he's like, I will die on this treadmill."
Like that's how competitive he is. Nobody ever like mentions Will Smith's competitiveness. Like I think Will Smith competitiveness is comparable to Jay-Z's competitiveness because like Jay-Z's just like you listen to his whole career and he just like emphasizes those words. He goes be like, I will not lose.
Yeah, dude. And that's another thing too. Is like I guess the word for that would be tenacity, right?
Tenacity. Okay.
Right.
That's the word.
Yeah, like he's tenacious, and like that would be a trait, you know, like in my world, like that's like a trait that I would get from him, and like which we talked about in I think the last podcast, where it's just like I have like this weird imposter syndrome thing where it's just like I refuse to lose, I refuse to be inept, I refuse wait,
imposter syndrome, but that's not like would do you feel like an imposter syndrome here as we do a podcast, right? And is our views is somehow lower than they were before, but like
speaking of which, like the video, subscribe to the page. Like, comment down below on what you guys think or what you guys think and about what we're talking about, or have any suggestions about the video. Like you literally just reminded me. Go ahead.
Okay, and then like, do we feel imposter syndrome? Like, so we're right here. We got this work right here. You do excellent work in the fucking editing field of the videos and everything like that, but yet somehow our fucking views lower. And it was like it's ridiculous. If we were up to a point where it was hitting 100 at a point, and then it just all of a sudden dropped down to fucking less than teens.
Dude,
and
like crazy, dude.
Do you feel like maybe like with that setback that happened there? Do you feel as if it's like an imposter syndrome? Like maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
You know what? When it first started happening, yes, because but the thing was that like it happened so rapidly, like it was such a constant increase at first and then just plummeted off the cliff that at first it wasn't necessarily imposter syndrome. It was more just like something has changed and I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe it's a shadow ban, maybe it's something like that. But then at that point, it was more just like, okay, if you look at the views that we were getting based off of how many subscribers we had, we were doing crazy good. You know what I mean? Like when we have videos that are doing like 70, 80, 90 views and we only had like 18, 19 subscribers or something like that at the time, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Because that means our viewership, we had 4 or 5 times the viewership of our subscriber count, meaning that there's visibility, you know? And like, so for it to plummet off the cliff like that, that means that even the subscribers that we have are not watching our videos.
So it's like you remember when you had
it's not coming up on their feed. Like there's no way.
It's like you remember when you had a rap career and then we would just go to shows, give tickets, but we give the tickets out to family and friends, and we go to show, be like, yeah, come to the show, and then like the people with the biggest family friend support group just come in, they rap, it seems like it's a big crowd, and then after they leave,
everybody fucking leaves.
And then like, what the fuck? What the fuck the crowd go, nigga?
You know what that was? I was in that camp. Like, so when I first had
like the camp that brought in the most people, and when they left, everybody left, or the camp that in like they thought they brought a lot of people, it's like everybody left, and it's like fuck.
Like when I first started
Bitch was rapping to the bartender.
Yeah. Like when I first started rapping, with my like seriously, and I was in a rap group called Red Car Robbers Shadow. Yeah, that's who we were. We already had such a large established fan base somehow just because of all the people we knew that we filled up the venue. And then they actually started getting mad at us because when we would do shows and after our set was done, everybody left. And there'd be like 4 or 5 niggas left in the venue. And everybody else is like out, like we're like doing like an after party, like victory dance in the like victory lap in the fucking parking lot, just having a good old time out there, and nobody's watching the people on stage no more.
I think that robbed y'all of a lot of opportunities. The same way it probably robbed those people that came after y'all of a lot of opportunities. So what should have happened if there was a fucking smart manager there, you would have looked at it like, all right,
we have a
okay,
manager.
they would the smart manager of the goddamn facility that y'all was performing at or the venue. He would have looked at that shit and then he would have tried it and it's like, okay, so these guys came on and there was a crowd here. When they came on, performed, left, and then this crowd left, they would be like, all right, hold on, okay, that's a little bit weird. And then everybody else comes in, it's just lesser and lesser people. And it's only like 2 people sticking around. I think it's a janitor, that's a fucking bartender. But
that's why they started putting us to later times.
As they should. Now,
yeah,
so
like
sweet.
They pretty much put us to like almost the headliner by the time like before I left, we were basically like right before the headliner, like at that point.
So a fucking smart manager of a fucking venue will look at that, baby, put you guys last, and then let the crowd, as a headliner, let the crowd stick there, and then figure out which of these people they can love outside of the main act, and they can figure out the combination of people like by the fucking crowd's reaction. You got to keep track. You got to have this instinctive intuitiveness about you as a fucking manager in front of a fucking entertainment video. Now, if you don't got that shit, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and your venue is gonna fucking fail. So you don't know how to get people in and get them to reconnect with the main group and the groups that came before them in that point like that to fill up those facilities. But it's like,
well, I think like while I was still a part of the group, I was a part of the headliner once. After I left the group, I'm not sure what happened with them, but obviously like the group dissolved. But I think I only headlined one time as a part of that group.
So I got a good, excellent question. So we're coming in this, or you're coming in this as more of a performer, because I only performed like once, twice, and after that I was just like, I was too busy with just working.
In terms of rap, I've had a decent amount of shows, right?
But all right, so as a performer, you see that there, and then you see your role models as other performers that are performing in bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger venues. But now if you look behind you and you just take that step back, like you as a performer on stage, and you move back into the position of the person that is managing the venue, and what does that guy look up as a role model? Like, what is that guy's role model if this is his job, is to fill up this venue with great talent and a great fan base over there? So who would be his role model? What would you think about that?
It would have to be, like, I don't know the names of these people, but it would have to be somebody.
That's got to be troubling.
Yeah, well, yeah, because because I don't know the names of great promoters. You know what I mean?
That's got to be even more troubling.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is that like when I got into this, like it was literally just, hey, do you want to be a part of this rap group? I'm like, dope. You know what I mean? And then I just start writing. There's a couple people, like one of our producers, and then one of the rappers. They had some decent connections in terms of performing. So like they would reach out to promoters and then just be like, hey, we have a rap group, can we perform at this venue? They set all that up. But we didn't really have a manager or anything like that.
Or just an excellent promoter that, like, when you look back into that position of a promoter from your standpoint as an artist, and you just draw back to that, and you got to get bodies to fill in this venue to pay the bills. It's like, what does that guy look at as his role model as being a promoter? He got into it for a reason, because he saw somebody else do it and they made a good chunk of change off it and they had a good life off of it, and he's looking up at that guy. So what do you think this guy sees to make him want to be a promoter?
It's the fact that you don't have to have the talent of the people on stage, but you still make the money.
Oh, I mean, but you can have talent all through the live long days and just be singing a cornfield of cows.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though, is that like it would have to be somebody like, see, I never got into the world of being a promoter. So like I don't care. Like I never cared. It was more just like, okay, who's the guy that I need to talk to in order to do a show? You know what I mean? Like, and so I didn't go out of my way to research like who's the best promoters or anything like that, because once I split off from the rap group, what I just started doing was just started doing individual promotion through online marketing and things like that. And then I got to a point where I had enough visibility to where I started getting invited to do shows.
So you were your own promoter at that point. Now,
for a short period of time, and then actual promoters found me, you know.
So how did you learn to promote yourself?
I read books.
Okay.
I read I bought books on Google AdWords, Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, and then how to be able to set up your demographics and put your money in the right places to get maximum visibility and things like that. So I just did the legwork. You know what I mean? I basically was just like, word of mouth isn't as powerful anymore as social media. And so I just took the time, read the information, did some experiments, like throw $100 there, $100 there on like a few like smaller projects. And then when I finally released a bigger project, I was like, let me put like $350 into advertising for my befriended project, right? And then so that's why, like, I mean, because of the imagery in the video, YouTube wouldn't let me use Google AdWords to advertise the video. Otherwise, I probably would have got a shit ton of views on YouTube. But on Facebook, they're like, we don't give a fuck, right? And then so with just $300 in advertising, I was able to get over 78,000 views on that music video. You know what I mean? So it's like, I basically was just like, because I was so upset about the situation that I was just like, not only am I going to, like, I started off as just somebody who was like writing and just trying to rap, and then started performing, split off from the rap group, and then I was just like, I'm gonna be like Kanye, all right? I'm gonna make the beat. I wanna
be like Kanye.
But like, no, real shit.
I'll be the king of me all day. Oh, yo, you never heard that song?
No.
I'll be like, it's like, I have never done a joke. Like, it's from the chain smokers. Like, yo,
okay.
Like, I heard that shit for the first time. I don't know where. I think I was at the airport tossing bags, and I heard that. I was like, nigga, that song was the coldest shit ever. It's like, I heard that song in the Tove Lo song. Like, it goes, I wanna get high all the time to keep you off my mind. Like,
wait, I've heard that song before.
Yeah, all right, but like, okay, so that song came back to back. Like, those two songs came back to back. So the one song was like, I want to be like Kanye from Chainsmokers, and Chainsmokers is cold as fuck. I don't even know who, I don't even know what the fuck they are. They're a producer. It was just dope as fuck, and it was just. But then again, like, how much of a role model is Kanye to where this electro, this EDM, I don't even mean to misclassify the Chainsmokers, add their ads to it, or the fucking Chainsmokers. I don't mean to. Chainsmokers did the Tove Lo remix too. That's how I found about that. But they had that song Chainsmokers Kanye. You gonna have to look up that video,
right?
And then just add them, like, just do it at it. Like, it was dope. Like, but that's how much of an influence Kanye is.
He really is. And here's the thing is that, like, even when I had made that statement, I didn't know a whole lot about Kanye outside of the fact that
one pause. Are you a fan of Travis Scott?
Not really. It's not that I don't like his music. It's more just like I didn't really listen to it.
Oh, you gotta listen to Travis Scott.
Like when I tell you, like, I think I've said this like several times on here, where it's like I literally ejected myself out of pop culture. Like I stopped listening to everybody's music. I stopped, because anytime if I was writing, I never wanted anybody's influence, because I never wanted somebody to say to me, which goes into the role model thing, I never wanted somebody to say, you sound like this. You know what I mean? So I wanted it to come 100% from me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And but the whole Kanye thing was that it was because the main thing I knew about Kanye was he makes it, like, he made his own beats, master producer, master mixer and master of music, raps on his own songs, advertised his own songs, and then
Shout out to Mike Dean.
and then created his own network. And so that was my goal. Like I was just like, and that's why like I went from just somebody who was a part of a rap group and all I did was write and then rap to I'm gonna make all my beats, I'm gonna mix and master all my beats, I'm gonna do audio engineering, I'm gonna do video engineering, I'm gonna advertise. I was like, I'm going to be a sole entity who can do fucking everything. And in that, I learned so many fucking skills where it's like, if I wanted to just be a promoter now, I could. If I wanted to just be a rapper now, I could. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Go ahead.
And that culmination of skills that you have to learn on your own at this point in time and at this age in time, if you can just pass off that skills to somebody else and teach them that something so you can focus on that, would you?
Yeah.
So you can focus on something else.
The only issue with it is that it takes time. And so usually whenever somebody wants to learn something like that, I have to just refer them to like the books that I read. You know, because like I don't have the type of time to just sit and shadow like somebody and mentor them into doing something. You know what I mean? So it's like.
So do you find it like hard, like when somebody asks you a question about something like that? It's like, is it the best thing you do is like refer them to the book that you got, but they're just asking kind of a specific question, and you just really don't have the time to sit there and be like, yo, okay, you're talking about this part of it, or is this, and this, but they can't interpret it like that. Like you think it's simple to you because it's like, yo, dog, yeah, it's this, and this.
Right.
But the way they look at it is like, this motherfucker's moving too goddamn fast.
You know what?
And then
like
you don't have the patience to catch him up.
Well, it's not so much that. It's that, like, I boil things down to the common denominator. So it's more just like, if you're going to ask me a question, what are you trying to accomplish? Mm-hmm. And if you give me a question like that, then it's like, okay, this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to need this, and this, and this, and this. Okay. Like the simpler the question is, the easier it would be for me to give them an answer.
Okay,
you know what
so...
I mean? Like,
all right, now for this next question, I want you to talk into the camera like as if right now. So we're in like October 10th of 2021. So talk to somebody like this is October 6th of 2029, right? Oof. And they've been following this podcast for a minute religiously. They've been talking about it. They follow it and they're just learning skills about it because we just brought in different people's skills that we're interested in. Some shit like that. So we're following the JR format indistinctly, accidentally, or he just got there first and now it seems like everybody's following that.
Right.
But so you're talking to some kid who's just trying to pick it up. So this kid's 16 and this is 10 years into the future. We're older now. And they're coming back to here to listen to this content right here that we're talking about now. And they look at you as a role model. So at this point, if you knew that much pressure was on you in 10 years and this kid is looking back at you and you are might be that deciding influence to push that kid into either a good direction or he gives up this and he goes on and just says, fuck it, if I'm not good at this, I'm gonna jump off a cliff.
Are we talking about marketing specifically? Like, what's the topic we're talking about?
Ooh, I'm talking about like it's 10 years in the future. Like, you kind of got to project, right? We got to project like it's 10 years from now. Some kid is looking at this podcast.
But what am I advising them on specifically?
I don't even fucking know. It's kind of like, that's the interesting fucking thing of the thought experiment. Like,
okay, well, I mean, like, well, that's too broad. Like,
oh, I know.
Because
test it. Take that thought experiment. Take it.
Like it's too broad. Like, there's too many different things.
I mean, because no idea is original, and there's not a damn thing that's new under the sun. It's not what you do, but how it's done.
Well. But that's why, like, it needs to be specific because, like, there's too many different things. Like so. In terms of I guess the way that I approach life and goals and things like that, it's more like, fuck your free time. Like until you like you hit early retirement, assume you don't have any free time. Like, you need to be spending until you're like.
What would you consider free time?
Any time that's free. If you have a second to watch TV, that's free time.
Okay, this one.
Like there's like, assume you have no free time. Second, you have to be like healthy mind, body, and spirit. So like you have to be healthy in terms of your diet, Get at least 6 hours of sleep a night. I don't know. You may not have a religious background, so even if you're atheist or something like that.
Wait, I got time. So like, you survive off 6 hours of sleep?
Dude, like I have insomnia. So like sometimes, like if I'm unlucky, it'll be like 2 hours of sleep in a night. You know what I mean? Like.
I mean, do you know anybody else like that?
Well, it's genetic. So yeah, my dad, my brother, my sister. My mom has sleep apnea, and I have both. So I have insomnia and sleep apnea, which like basically I literally am tossing and turning all fucking night, even when I try to get full hours of sleep. Like,
what about a role model outside of your family environment that you look up to that also seem like they have that insane work ethic, but it's also due to sleep insomnia and sleep deprivation issues?
You're doing a dig on me. All right. So what it is that like even if you don't have insomnia, like insomnia helps with someone like me because it just means I have more hours in the day to work with. Mm-hmm. But it really comes down to motivation, right?
Do you love sleep?
And motivation is one of those mystical things where like supposedly motivation, like high motivation, is supposed to be able to get you to where you want to go. No, it's your choice. It's a decision-making process that you literally say, I'm going to get here by this time. And then the second part, like, so a lot of people like to go into things like the law of attraction, where it's like, if you believe, then you will achieve. Like, that's not necessarily the case. No. You can believe you can get there. You can believe that you can accomplish something. But what you have to do is set a goal, set it to a certain date, because that makes it real. And then you ask yourself the question, what am I missing in between here and there? And then once you identify that, then you can put in a plan of action through research on how to get from here to there. And a great shout out to Brian Tracy, one of the great entrepreneur gurus of the last 50 years. He basically, he's what changed my way of thinking, right? The majority of people are bad with time management. But if you identify, like if you create a schedule and have a plan, and stick to your plan from start to finish, even depending on the goal that you set, if it's realistic, even if you don't hit that goal, you're still going to be infinitely further along on your journey than if you would have just sat there thinking and wishing about something. You will have put something into action. Ooh. And here's a great exercise just to prove how far away you may be from your goal. So what I want you guys to do when you get some free time, sit down at a chair at a table. Take out a piece of paper, right?
Loose leaf?
And yes, loose leaf paper, whatever, and a pen.
Whatever composition.
And you write as the title of the paper, how I'm going to double my income in the next 365 days. And what you're going to do is you're going to write 20 different ways that will be possible for you. And you're not allowed to get up from the table until you hit 20. And typically the last 2 or 3 on that list, because it's gonna be really hard, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom, you're gonna be like, I can't do it. Usually one of those last 2 or 3 on the list, that's what you should be doing. Ooh. Because they were the last things on your mind, and they're typically the most realistic.
Ooh.
To double your income in 365 days. Watch how hard it is.
This kind of remind me of like role models. Like maybe it's like accidental role models that you didn't even know happened, right? So people look at Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, like, oh, he got straight to will. Fuck you, Sinestro. Fuck you.
Dude, like Vegeta's a great role model.
Because like everybody looked up to Goku, but here you go.
15 minutes.
So, I got this one. I got this for the next 15.
Take over, Chief.
Yes. So, right now, like the way your determinism is set, like the way you said it, you talked about it, is like, look, imagine Batman.
Shit.
Dog, you're Batman.
A lot of people would say that he's motivated by PTSD, though, bro. Like,
dog, but that motherfucker was motivated, organized, as you just said, as
calculated.
Batman. But then how does Batman deal with Joker? Like somebody that's organized like that, but not as that. He's capable.
Super sanity.
But something like whatever the fuck super sanity is. Like that.
That's what Joker has. Like he's so sane that he seems crazy.
No.
Like he's on the other side. He's on the other side of the coin. Where like
fuck that. Nope.
And well, an example of that is the Dark Knight movie, where like he basically like he was just tuned into human nature to a degree where he was ultimately pessimistic. You know what I mean?
Okay, I like the Dark Knight version of Joker because that way he's more relatable. But like the actual regular Joker that's related to in comics, like no. I'm sorry, but look, no loss of lives caused by another person, just animosity towards somebody else's life, unless that person had committed some type of foul goddamn crime, child molestation, anything to do with children, leave children alone. But what was that? It's like it can't be a maliciousness just because you just dislike a person. I think everybody should live their goddamn lives even when they're fucking annoying, gets all hell and shit. But the way Joker works at it just goes, well, I mean, that hyper sanity shit or whatever the hell is just
it's super sandy because like if you're somebody who embraces the actual coldness of reality,
the coldness of reality is cold as fuck.
Then you don't have a regard for life because in the grand scheme of things, it is worthless. Like if you're talking about us on planet Earth, in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe, in a multiverse, one life is insignificant.
I would think I think that would be a weak ass argument because it's like
I'm not saying it's right.
Is not one important.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that like that's where that type of thinking comes from.
When you find that person and things like that, you grab that motherfucker and be like, nigga, we parked a Range Rover on Mars, and there's another one going to Venus, and there's another one going to Saturn. We are something special. You are something special. Maybe you don't know what your fucking specialness is, and we're sorry that the world could not indicate to you what your specialness is because the world itself is trying to figure out each individual specialness there is. Like, look, like, dog, we're sorry that you couldn't be president, but you can't be president of the States, but maybe be president of Red Cup Club or some shit like that. Like, nigga, I don't know, pick something that you're good at something, you're always gonna be good at something. Whatever you do, just don't hate a motherfucker for being better at something than you. Now, if somebody's better at you and they're just naturally acclimated to that, nigga, go pick up a David Goggins book. Pick up David Goggins' goddamn book and then read that motherfucker and then follow the David Goggins path. Because that's how we're going to like indicate it as best. Like, you're gonna either go to David Goggins' path where you just like that motherfucker, or you're gonna go to Joe Rogan path like that motherfucker, or maybe you like the Cam at the Raw path like that motherfucker, or maybe just kind of just like intuitive feeling path like my motherfucker, whatever hell, or just some shit like that. Just maybe just like, luckily the great thing about life is, I mean, role models is like, you don't even expect role models that you have. It's just like people you see and you just kind of relate to and you just kind of follow in their footsteps. Like me, I'm following in ish, not really ish, just more like my Uncle Jay's footpath, but like, cause he's like, one, head of his household, two, he cooks all the goddamn food. Like, don't worry, I mean, everybody else can cook if they want to, but him, he's like, yeah, dog, I got the shit on lock. And then like, for me, my Uncle Jay's the guy that I follow as my role model ish. The main guy. I get the basic blueprints of it all, like cooking, providing, and all this stuff like that, and make sure I take care of whatever intimate partner I'm with, or whatever intimate partner that you're with.
Right, and to your point, exactly to your point. I mean, we got 10 minutes left, but I'll say this quick.
Not worry. We'll take it.
So Q, I had really bad brakes on my car, right? And you know, like they were squeaking, and like you can hear the metal and all type of stuff, and like it's literally like when I pull to a stop, right?
Oh, when you say you had bad brakes, I was thinking of like Debo pulling up on that little punk ass little motorbike. Like, first off, nobody ever. This is a grown ass man on a goddamn little bike.
When you're built like that, it don't matter, bro.
This nigga's on a fucking Huffy, with a rusty chain in this bitch. Y'all nigga feared this nigga on a fucking Huffy rolling down the block. I'm like, nigga, fuck you, Devo. Get the fuck out my way, nigga. If I hit you in my car.
With the ass whoopings he handed out.
What, like, nigga, I'm gonna see you rolling down the street. You see me rolling, I'm Debo. This nigga's just like rolling, trying to catch your shit. Like, nigga, fuck it. I'm in the car and I see this little bitch on the bike. You know what I'm gonna do? Nigga, I'm gonna smash the fucking gas. I'm gonna hit this little bitch. And he's gonna be like, oh my God, I got fucked up. You know what I'm gonna do? Get ready to hit that button again. I'm gonna be like, damn, dog. Oh shit, was that Debo? Reverse, foot on gas, and we roll over fucking Debo. I'm like, oh no, we hit Debo by accident. And some shit like that. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, fuck Debo.
No, but like, I got you on that.
No offense, Tiny Lister, we still miss you. Thank you for playing the legendary character Debo. And for AJ Johnson that recently just passed, thank you for playing Ezel. And that, your lives really meant something to a lot of people through the movie roles that y'all acted. And we are thankful that you all left. Like any actor that have ever left, we are thankful. And
shout out.
We like to say we love you, and back to Homeboy Etiquette shit.
Oh yeah. So yeah, like I had bad brakes on my car, and then I talked to Q about it here, and he was literally just like, yo, just look up the YouTube tutorial, buy the parts, and then you can just swap that shit out. And then some time passed, like a couple weeks passed, and I'm still on bad brakes, and I'm just like, yo, like I would rather just have somebody else do it. It's gonna be like $700, whatever. And but then I got some time. And then I had his fucking voice just reverberating in my fucking head, talking about well, you could just do that to fucking self, do it. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna be a fucking bitch, you know what I'm saying? And so in it, but you can say that I took that trait in him, I assimilated at the time, where it's just like, well, why wouldn't you just fix your own car? Why wouldn't you just do that whole thing? So that's exactly what I did. I bought all the tools, the parts, and then I went and swapped that shit out my fucking self. And I feel better at the end of the day because I took that motherfucking advice. Because of his mindset, it's such a natural thing for him. Just even though he has an automotive background and I don't, I'm an autodidact or whatever for automotive. But for him, it was so natural that it literally made me question myself. Where it's just am I just being a little hoe right now? Am I not being the man that I could be by not fixing my own car? And then so he's just like, yeah, just do it your own self. Just do it yourself, bro. And then it literally repeated in my head, just like you see in those cartoons or whatever, where it's you see the spiral behind me, the whole hypnotizing thing. There's just a bunch of Q's heads just floating in random directions, just why don't you just change out your brakes, bro? Just change it out. Just look up a YouTube tutorial. And and I was just like, I gotta change my own brakes. And brakes are fucking scary, dude, because if you do it wrong, you die. There's no way to test your brakes without dying.
Yes, there is.
Well, that's not the way I saw it. It was I'm gonna drive out to the first street and just start driving and hit the brakes.
Why are you smashing on the gas pedal that damn hard?
And make sure they work. because it's yo. Luckily, I did it successfully. They're smooth as fuck, smooth as butter. But the thought I had in it is just you don't want to mess up brakes, dude. Because Julian, he got his brakes replaced, and I don't even think he did it. I think that they were done by somebody else, and then his new brakes just gave out on him, and he almost got into a car accident because of it.
I think that motherfucker got weak bones.
Well, not the bones, the car. Well,
are you sure? Are you sure? When it comes down to hooligan, are you sure? No, I'm sorry. I mean to bump the table. Y'all can hear that.
No, but no. What I'm saying is that the fact that I had that story floating in my head, where it's just they were brand new brakes. And
some they were brand new brakes. Okay.
And then he was driving on them for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden they just gave out. And then he wound up almost getting into a car accident, had to hit the e-brake, all types of shit.
That motherfucker always have to do some emergency type of
his life is turmoil. Yes,
that nigga's life is always turmoil. That's why it's just questionable. But
his life is literally right. It's a mystery, bro.
But the fact that you, I mean,
on it.
The way that you say, he's like, man, oh yeah, just watch the YouTube video, and then it's you just heard me in your head and shit like that. It's I would like to counteract that with also I'm sitting there with the Homeboy Etiquette podcast. You can also add videos, you lazy sack of fucking shit. It's I was I can do that. It's you can also add content to it all, you lazy sack of shit. It's I can do that. And at that point, I was you can also be as very productive as Cam and Thera. It's you lazy sack of shit. I was God damn it.
Man.
And then, so that's. If you don't get. Oh, I know, boy. If I would get on my own shit, it took me a while to get. I gotta dig through my own fucking ego and shit like that just to get above the surface, and I finally get when you breathe, it was oh shit, somebody else's breath. That's not my fucking breath. Holy fuck. Yes. holy shit, this is fucking great, and something like that. So it's like it's like for role model shit, it's like the same with role model where my mechanical aptitude is, and I'm just like, I look at it as simple to me. So somebody's not a mechanical aptitude person, I'm like, look, you can get to this point. It's not that goddamn hard. It's not that difficult. Whatever the fuck you imagine in your head, it's not true. It is really so goddamn simple. In the same way, I look at your skills, and I wish I had acquired those skills. It's just like, and you look at me, goes, it's time consuming. Don't get me wrong, it's time consuming. It's hard work.
And any skill takes a long time to learn.
But it's worth it, and you can do it, but you got to put in the work in. So I looked at it like I got to put in work in. So looking at role models, like even my partner here in crime is role model to me, because I look at his skill set that he have, and it's just more of his work ethic. And in the same way, you look at my mechanical ability, is like, yo, it's like, all right, that's a work ethic. It's like, I can do that and I can do that. And then therefore, that way we can make one, podcast better. Well, first off, each other better. Secondary, podcast better, friendship better. And we can crack a lot more goddamn jokes. Because you know what? I don't know if we are shadow band or not, but you know, Homeboy Etiquette, we gonna rise in this motherfucker. We gonna crack jokes in this motherfucker. We gonna learn you some shit in this motherfucker. We gonna keep the wheels rolling in this motherfucker. And any hated motherfucker right now in the passenger seat right now who's not rocking that fucking seatbelt on, I hope you're getting that subliminal ready right now. You ain't got your fucking seatbelt on, and we rolling down that motherfucking road, and you gotta get ready to press that motherfucking button. We gonna hit that button and be like, nah, nigga. You think you gonna crash in this bitch? Hell no, motherfucker. It's gonna be like, yo, it's gonna be like ejecto, something like the motherfucker right here. You're gonna be sitting there driving this bitch, and we gonna look at you be like, ejecto-cito, cuz! That's what the fuck's gonna happen right now. Cause you know what, Homeboy Etiquette, we gonna survive this shit. We dope as fuck at this shit. We're funny as hell at this shit. Don't worry, we gonna give y'all that great fucking content, that great rawness right here between me and my motherfucking party over here, KMT Raw, at KMT Studios. Oh, hit that button again.
wait.
What do you say, nigga? What was that? Shit, dog. Don't get me wrong. We gonna update this shit. Yo, y'all don't know what y'all done fucked up with it. Y'all done fucked up and stumbled on this hell. Y'all done fucked up and stumbled into Homeboy goddamn Etiquette right here. Cause you gonna be sitting there dying fucking laughing at here. We gonna get this shit on motherfucking point over here, goddamn it. Cause you know why? We will will it. We will have you sitting on your goddamn couch yelling out motherfucking help me, nigga. That's what's gonna be. That's gonna be fucking gonna happen right here. No cow's gonna be sitting in the goddamn field yelling out. Nah, hell no right now. My Homeboy Etiquette signal right here, your phone's gonna start ringing like. That's not what I meant to even fucking hit. Like, fuck you. We'll be a comedy dynamic goddamn duo. We're gonna be sitting there walking on stage. You be sitting there heckling one of us, and the other nigga jump on stage like, bitch, you ready to.
It's time to do.
You ain't ready about that shit, goddammit. This is me and my motherfucking partner in crime. I'm gonna make sure his work goes recognized like a motherfucker. We gonna make sure our work goes recognized as motherfucker. We gonna be in this goddamn bitch. We gonna be talking some goddamn shit. So honestly, just get ready for random fucking content outside of our primary content here, where we be sitting there like,
oh yeah.
And the girl's gonna be like, oh shit. No, what? Nigga, fuck it. Whatever, bro.
She's gonna be sitting there playing with your girl. She's gonna be like,
game over.
Exactly.
Get your ass away.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
So after she told your ass,
game over.
and she put in that Homeboy Etiquette podcast, she's gonna be like,
oh, yeah.
We're gonna get better at this, guys. Trust me.
and then you're gonna be in your room like, maybe my relationship could survive the Homeboy Etiquette is. Maybe I can just get by without it all. Maybe I don't need to listen to Homeboy Etiquette in this. And then know what really happens in real life? You're gone and Homeboy Etiquette is still here. So it's your main man after 5280Q, rocking with the arc reactor.
Yo, this is Kemet the Raw representing Homeboy Etiquette here on YouTube. Also representing KMT Games and KMT Productions here on YouTube. If you guys have not already, make sure to hit that. Wait.
Yes.
Button.
The like button. Make sure to subscribe to the page.
And when you do subscribe, hopefully you hear this.
Got him! But yes, so after you subscribe to the page, make sure that the bell notification icon is turned on and set to all, so that you'll be notified anytime that we're uploading any Homeboy Etiquette content. Make sure to like or dislike the video, doesn't matter which. Comment down below any subjects you may want us to talk about, or if you have any ideas about the subjects that we cover. There's no other explanation at this point. We have to be getting shadow banned right now.
This is beef. This is beef.
The interactions have plummeted. So you guys need to, even if you're subscribed, go and recheck your bell notification icon and make sure it's still set to all, because YouTube does turn it off randomly sometimes. We tried doing our podcast on Mondays instead of Saturdays, and the algorithms socked us in the nuts, bro.
Nah, fuck that algorithm. We got beef right now. We want that algorithm to know we coming right now. And so whenever you post, if you ever fucking hear this shit, this is how you know Homeboy Etiquette is in the goddamn building. And maybe you need to play this shit louder for your coworkers. Don't turn that volume down. Turn that shit up. Let your coworkers know that.
We out here, my niggas.
Spooky bitches. Happy October, fuckers.
But yes, so like we need engagement. And also the best thing that you guys can do for us is to share the video with anybody that you think would like this type of content. Share it to your Facebook page, share it to your Twitter, put it on your Instagram story, whatever.
Fuck it.
Like the only way that we're gonna be able to beat this shadow ban is if we have grassroots work. You know what I'm saying? We need your help.
If you truly rock with this shit, just share the shit, love the shit, like the shit, and don't worry, like-minded people will come along. But I just really want to say happy October, bitches, as we just walk out to Alright, we out.
Alright.
Homeboy Etiquette, y'all. Love and peace.
Peace.